Watch Your Motivation Guy is back. Your friend, the one and only Keith Allen, man. I'm here to help you guys accomplish your dreams. Don't give up on your dreams, man. Keep going, keep grinding, and just, stay consistent even in the face of opposition, even in the face of you losing and things not maybe going the way that you like it. Just keep grinding, all right? Stay positive. Ever since the beginning of competitive Fortnite, there has been a question that nobody has been able to agree on. Who is the best controller player in the world? Although there's no definitive way to really determine this answer, all right, we can comfortably narrow down to two candidates, Deyy and Mero. Alright, so in today's video, we're going to be analyzing each aspect of their gameplay in order to see who deserves the title of the best controller player of all time. But before we do that, man, it's time to sit back, relax, and get some of my favorite candy. What is it, y'all? It's that bunch of crunch. Yo, and let's get this going. Alright, so the first category we're going to be looking at is one that most people prioritize when determining how good a player is: mechanics. Mechanics in Fortnite is a very broad term, so we're just going to be focusing on building and editing for this portion. Alright, so pretty much anybody can admit that having solid mechanics on a controller is much harder than it is using like a keyboard and mouse. Both Deyy and Mero have, extremely clean builds and edits that can easily be mistaken for a keyboard player. They are both very consistent and seem to have a great control over their joysticks. Don't get me wrong though, Mero's mechanics are absolutely insane, guys. But when you look at Dey's building, you'd probably agree that Deyy takes the crown here. Alright, so aside from some of the cracked creative warriors, Deyy probably has some of, if not the best, controller mechanics in the game. It's just very rare that you're gonna see Deyy mess up and retake in a fight. And when he does, he's just able to quickly recover from it. His builds and edits are somehow smooth and fast at the same time. The control that he has over his crosshair allows him to perform whatever move he desires with minimum effort. Most of the time, when you see a controller player build, their movement is either extremely choppy and fast or smooth, but just a little too slow. Not Deyy though, man. Like, he seems to have found that happy medium where he can just be precise with his crosshair movements while still being fast like a keyboard player. Alright, like I just said, man, Mero still has insane mechanics. He just doesn't seem to be on the same level that Deyy is. Mero can obviously, pull off the exact same moves that Deyy can, only he just seems to be a little less consistent and slightly just more stiff when doing so. Obviously, Mero's doing something right, considering all the success he's had, but we just think that if he took some time to really look over his sensitivity and made, some minor adjustments, he might find himself looking a lot smoother when he plays. At the end of the day, both Deyy and Mero's mechanics are just out of this world. So we just think at the same time, Deyy is a stronger mechanical player. So we're gonna give Deyy a 9.5 out of 10 and Mero a 9. Alright, so next up, guys, we're going to be going over aim. It's pretty much common knowledge at this point that controller players typically have stronger aim, right? Both Deyy and Mero bring this stereotype to the next level, though. Their aim is so accurate, man, and just so consistent to the point where, they just both have received thousands of just Chrono Zen cheating accusations. It's just gotten so bad that Mero has started to stream competitive events with a hand cam in order to prove everybody wrong. As for Deyy, though, like, we haven't seen him do any hand cam streams or videos, so it's a little hard to completely clear his name. Although Chrono Zen cheating is a huge problem in the competitive community that Epic has yet to address. Alright, so we're gonna give both players the benefit of the doubt and assume that their aim is 100% natural talent. Alright, so with all that aside, Deyy and Mero's aim is honestly pretty similar to one another. They both have solid medium and long range accuracy with almost robotic looking close range tracking. Deyy might be a little more accurate than Mero though, but it seems that he still has moments where he whiffs his shots pretty badly. We rarely see moments like this from Mero, and his aim is usually pretty consistent. Both players have fantastic shotgun aim. When pumps were in the game, it just seems like every shot they took on their opponents was just going for max damage. Like, if you're fighting either Deyy or Mero when they have a purple or gold pump, you just better pray, because there's just a good chance that you're gonna get one pumped. Like, seriously. Even when one pump's being gone, they still display their skill with strikers. Obviously, these don't hit nearly as hard as pumps, but they still definitely, put in the work with them. Alright, so like we mentioned before, both players have pretty similar aiming abilities, but since Mero has taken action in proving he doesn't use a Zen, while Deyy hasn't, we're gonna give Mero a 9.5 out of 10 and Deyy a 9. Deyy and Mero are commonly considered to be two of, if not the best fraggers in the world across all keyboard and controller players. Like, you might even remember when they worked as a fragging duo alongside their now retired IGL Reverse 2K. This trio was able to win 2 FNCSs back to back, bringing home $300,000 in total earnings. Not to mention that prior to their consecutive victories, they placed 4th in the previous grand finals as well. The combination of Reverse's IGLing along with Deyy and Mero's fragging chemistry was an unmatched combination. Deyy and Mero could work together to kill any team in the matter of seconds. Okay, so they were just masters of just playing angles and piece controlling opponents to really pick up refresh kills. Let me say this, man. If you guys want your fragging game to look like Deyy and Mero's, make sure to head over to ProGuides.com, where we've got an army of pro coaches ready and waiting to teach you everything that you need to know about Fortnite, so you can just improve super fast. Okay, so now that we know how they can fight as a duo, let's take a look at each player individually. Deyy has some of the strongest piece control in the game. I mean, he does a great job at creating piece control opportunities for himself when he's fighting. One of the things that he is most known for are his high walls. Whenever he's trying to retake high ground, you almost always see him incorporate some high wall variations in the mix. These will usually end in Deyy full boxing his opponent for a quick kill. Whenever Deyy is playing at his best ability, you're gonna see that he's able to clean up mid-game fights quickly and create refresh kills opportunities like no other. But he still tends to just have moments where he ends up choking later in the end game where it matters the most. This may be due to nerves or, I don't know, like playing a little more bold than he needs to. Nonetheless, Deyy is a phenomenal fragger, but can definitely just kind of up his game by fixing these choke situations. Mero also has some amazing piece control as well. Like, it just doesn't seem to be on the same level as Dey's though. Regardless of this, he's still able to fight both efficiently and consistently. I mean, he's also has some of the best awareness in the game, and so this allows him to spot, and claim refresh kills in the end game with ease. All right, so we think it's just pretty safe to say that Mero is the stronger in-game fighter while Deyy shines in the mid-game. Even though both players are some of the best fraggers in the game, they still have some minor flaws that they can fix. All right, with all that being said, we're gonna give Deyy an 8.5 out of 10 for fighting and Mero a 9.5. All right, Bunch Squad Army, it's time for the question of the day. I know we're talking about controller players in this video, but who do you think is the best keyboard player of all time? Let us know what you guys think in the comment section below, and we're definitely gonna check it out. Alright, so now that we both analyzed both Deyy and Mero's abilities as players, it's time to talk about what matters the most in competitive Fortnite, guys. Placements. We already talked about what they've achieved as teammates, so it's now time to see what each player has accomplished individually. Alright, so Mero has 5 FNCS wins under his belt and over $372,000 in online earnings. That's a lot of money. On top of this, he has racked up 32 total tournament wins, along with 141 top 10 placements. Alright, so that's more top 10s than most players have events played in total. All right, so Deyy also has some, notable achievements with 2 FNCS wins, nearly $270,000 in online earnings, and 27 top 10 placements. And so after looking at these stats, it's safe to say that both players have had a great deal of success in their time playing Fortnite, but Mero takes the crown when it comes to placements. He is currently on a 3-in-a-row FNCS win streak with no sign of ending it, and is one of the most popular pros at the moment. Alright, so after taking a look at each player's aim, mechanics, fighting, and placements, we've come to a conclusion in deciding who the #1 controller player is. With Mero scoring a 28 out of 30 and Deyy scoring a 27, we like to claim Mero as being the best controller player in the world. Whew. And on top of the point scale we use in today's video, Mero's recent placements alone should earn him this title. Like, if we're to ask any pro in the community like who they think the #1 controller player is, chances are they're gonna say Mero. This title isn't set in stone, of course. Mero will need to stay on top of his game and continue to place consistently, or else Deyy, maybe even another upcoming pro, can really sneak up and steal a spot. But Squid, tell me where you at. Your motivation guy is back. That's gonna wrap up things for today's video. Hope you guys liked it. If you did, subscribe to the channel and spread the word, man. We got a lot of great content coming out, man. I've had an honor, just teaching you guys this and showing you guys, what's really going on out here. Also, feel free to leave a comment and just let us know if there's anything that you would be interested to learn more about. At the end of the day, there is no foolproof way to really determine the best controller player, right? A lot of it's gonna come down to personal opinion and bias, but let us know if you guys agree with our decision in naming Mero the #1 player on the sticks. Make sure to definitely connect with me on my Instagram at Your Motivation Guy. I'll see you on the next one.